Hello, my name is Christian. I am going to talk about the portrait of Lisa Geraldini, wife of Francesco del Giocondo. This is most famous, better known as La Gioconda, La Gioconde in French, or La Mona Lisa. Is a picture work of the Italian Renaissance polymath Leonardo da Vinci. It was acquired by King Francis I of beginning of the 27 of the 16th century, and since then it has been owned by the French state. It is on display in the Louvre Museum in Paris. This is a most popular portrait. Uh, Undoubtedly begin has the jewel if odd collections her name, La Gioconda de Joyful in Spanish. Derives from the most accepted thesis about the identity of the model, wife of the Francesco Bartolomeo de Giocondo. His name because uh, of the really called Lisa Geraldine, where her name another name. Mona, Mahama in Old Italian, Lisa, the Louvre Museum accept this name because it's beautiful and identify the portrait. The full title indicate at the beginning as the original title of the work. Although it does not recognize in the identity of the model and only accepts of the hypothesis. It is an only popular panel measuring 77 plus 77 centimeters, painted between 7 and it makes sense this and it is considered the most successful example of sfumato. It's a technique very characteristic of Leonardo da Vinci. Although at present its original coloring is less perceptive due to the darkening of the varnishes. The frame is protected by the multiple security systems and the stable temperature for your optimal conservation or preservation. It is a constantly review to verify and prevent the deterioration. Through historical studies, it was being determined that the model called of the neighbor Leonardo, that descents could be known, and the model could have been pregnant due to the way they held their hands, despite and the assumptions to the affirmed answers to the various questions. Um, which surrounding so the word, which generates more curiosity among the admirers of the paint. The fame of this painting is not based only solely on the technique user of sfumato because it's beautiful, but also on the mysteries that surround it in the addition that left in the 1911 the productions made, the multiple works of art that have been various contribute to making La Gioconda the most famous painting in the world. Is so recognized. Uh, this paint is visited by millions of people annually. Leonardo drew an outline of the paintings and then applied the oil diluted in essential oil. The technique used is known by the Italian term sfumato. Consists of depending in the nice precise contours typical of Quarantranzo wrapping everything in a kind of mist that blurs the profiles in provisional atmosphere, which gives to the hero of three-dimensional sensation. The painting was painting of the popular woodboard covered with several layers of plasters. It is kept in a 40 14 meters. This bulletproof glass case, especially treated to avoid reflections because the lights are more difficult to see. The chambers that house of the frame designate to the mountain a constant temperature of 20 and 17 relative humidity. This ensure optimal conditions of paint stability. Thank you.
The painting of the cat's clocks was maybe the painter Salvador Dali, and they we will talk about who this painter was. Salvador Felipe Jacob Dali is the main market of the Dali pole. Was a 20th century Spanish painter, sculptor, engraved set, designer, and writer. He is considered one of the maximum representative of surrealism. Salvador Dali is known for the strong and dreams surrealist image. We would enter the world of the painting when they was on the 12 years old at the hands of some friends of his parents. The Piscol, thanks to this family of the artists and especially to the figure of Romano Spezio Dali, discovered impressions. At 18, he moved to the Madrid student resident to the study and the San Fernando Royal Academy of Fine Arts. The presence of memory, also known as the soft clocks or the medieval clocks, is a painting by the Spanish painter Salvador Dalí, painter in 1931. 31. Made using the on of canvas. Two techniques is a surrealist style. It measurements are 24 for 32 centimeters, according to Dalí himself. Show was 1828 when they painted it. Two things were this inspiration for this paint. He was first inspired by Camembert, James Tender Creek, Laureate, and period critics, and other inspiration was Einstein's theory of relative. They are very relative clocks, clocks that keep marking the time more or less at 60 p.m. Dali's technique was very academic and his painting looked like real dreams. As curious facts, he used a change with machine identical to the one in the Casa de Papel series and massacre was it is a symbol of the spirit that has to do with the artist who was suddenly transcendent, centrally limited, and had severed and supposed to mark visual a form of resistance with a heart and humor. As another curious fact in that Dali was expert for an art school and result take a final exam for this grade on the grounds that one of the school's teacher was compliment to hinder him. However, it said that his reason we are more economic than ideologic since his father monetary aid was disparate once he absolutely and regret and daily that plans to Paris continued un, training under the protection of this father. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for your attention and hope you liked it there.